Welcome back, team, to this week's Saturday tester, which is called Driver. This is going to be 3 back-to-back workouts with a 2-minute rest in the middle of each workout. The first workout is going to be a 5-minute AMRAP of 3 squat cleans at your allotted load, into 7 toes to bar or knee raises, into 21 double unders or 42 single unders, depending on where we're at with our journey. From there, we're going to take our 2-minute rest. We're going to move back to our barbell, which is going to be 5 hang squat cleans into 7 toes to bar or your knee raises into, again, your double unders or single unders. We're going to rest 2 minutes before we move into our 5-minute AMRAP for our final workout of 7 front squats at your allotted load, 7 toes to bar or your knee raises, and 21 double unders or double the amount of single unders. For your scoring for this week's Saturday tester, you're going to have 3 different scores for each of the workouts, which will give you an accumulative score throughout the 3 workouts. Now, what will we be testing? Within this workout, if we look, we have a barbell movement, we have a gymnastic element, and then we have your jump rope or your cyclical element. This is the same across all of the 3 workouts. So we will be testing your fatigued gymnastics. We will also be testing your double under capacity across 3 workouts and under fatigue. We will also be testing your lower body knee flexion or your squatting capacity. So if we look at all 3 movements, they're all squatting heavy for this week's Saturday tester. Now, how does this fit into your current training program? Now, we all know that the open is coming quite quickly. So when we're looking at these combinations of movements, they are very similar to what could potentially be coming out within the open. So this week's Saturday tester is going to give you exposure to quite a lot of movements that could be potentially coming out for this year's open. Now remember, we are going through an A-B template, which means one week the Saturday tester is going to be hinge heavy, the other week is going to be squatting heavy. This week, with obviously 3 squatting movements, we are going to be squatting heavy. Pacing. Now we do have 3 back-to-back workouts with incomplete rest in the middle. What does that mean? That means that there's less rest than what there is work. You're going to be working for 5 minutes and resting for 2, which means as this workout goes on, we have the potential for this one to get progressively harder. Now, if we look at the movements, there is quite a lot of movements to choose from, but we should be identifying our weakest movement before the workout starts. So if I know that I struggle with double unders, doing these first 2 movements quicker is only going to bring me back to my double unders under a more fatigued state. So understanding which one of these is my limiter and then pacing around that should be the goal when we're moving into this workout. Final thing for pacing, team, for this week's workout, if we look at the barbell movement, we start off with a relatively low rep scheme, but high complexity of movement, and we finish off with a higher rep scheme, but a lower complexity of movement. So we need to understand, team, as the workout goes on, the rep scheme gets bigger, which could then be part of our pacing plan as we move closer to the workout. Remember, there's 3 ways to dictate the pace of a workout. 1, that's the cadence of which you're moving, so how fast you're completing your movements. 2 is your transitions between one to the next, which for this workout is going to be very important. And then the final movement is a braking strategy, which for today or this workout isn't going to be that important due to the fact that the rep schemes are relatively low for this week's tester, team. Remember, team, there is a 14-day free trial for all of our non-subscribers. Let's make sure we grab a buddy. Let's get driving.